Pure Awareness by Swami Sham. I am a human being. My body, possessing senses and organs, and pran, or life, is fully developed in time and space. Whatever I have learned from my elders by way of their information regarding solid and visible or subtlest and invisible forms, and their names, directions, age and space, I understand. But I also feel that in this body there is a sense known as awareness. Traditionally, our elders have spoken to me that I should not question about it, because awareness is found to be in every kind of body born of any species to which that body belongs. It is natural for a human being to grow a little older in age and for his body to develop in time and space. Everyone knows, without any assistance or answer, that his knowledge is backed by an awareness. Because when one uses his senses, he does not know that he is using them. They are there as the whole body with awareness, which only the senses represent. There are 6 senses in the human body that function to know their objects. For example, when a form is placed in front of the eyes of a child, he sees it but does not know what it is. A sound is heard by the ears of the child. He hears it but does not know who has uttered the sound, or what it is, why it is, and from where it came. When the child smells some smoke in the room, like that of an incense stick, he does not know what it is. He touches a small wooden toy and feels it in his hands, but he does not know what it is. And when the child is fed any kind of substance, such as milk or sweet water, he tastes it, but does not know what kind of taste the water or food has. These 5 senses are the reason that the child's sleepy or uninvolved awareness makes another sense, the mind, which is the instrument of knowledge, or of knowing all the material substances placed in the child's contact. Then, through the contact that his body with senses has with the external objective forms, the child comes to know how to interact with the forms. So the reason or cause of the child's knowledge or know-how depends on his senses. The child comes to know that his body is the collectivity of senses and organs that is called one body, or one small house with some sort of walls and windows and awareness. But because the power of each sense is limited to its specific function in relating to the external objective world, the senses do not develop the power of coming in contact with awareness, which is not an external objective form of an object or person. Thus, the senses do not have the ability to know what awareness is. In the process of his growth, the child passes the years dealing with external worldly objects and learning their names and qualities and their utility for him as a body. He learns all this, but he cannot know what the knowledge is that he calls the mind, or what the knowledge is with which he knows material forms, objects and people. He knows the 5 outer sense organs, the eyes, ears, nose, tongue and skin or touch. But because his senses are not internally oriented, they have no power to know the subtlest internal form of their source. Therefore, his understanding of that which he calls knowledge and that which he calls ignorance is dependent on or gained by his experience of the worldly things, forms and people that come in his contact. He learns and gains knowledge about all of them, but he cannot learn that which he has not been taught or informed of. The elders have found that a child can learn the alphabet of his language, A, B, C, D, or mathematics, or the terms and numbers like 1, 2, 3. The sounds are abstract, so he learns through forms and is made to learn the sounds associated with the forms. The child, however, cannot know what the abstract forms are that are not in contact with his senses, and he cannot know what the existence of A, B, C or 1, 2, 3 is. This is because the elders have presented only gross forms to his senses. But the source of the senses, which is invisible or totally abstract, has not been presented to him by way of information, because the elders themselves do not know it. Thus the child has the knowledge of things, forms and bodies of all kinds, but he does not know what awareness is. He knows that he, by nature, uses knowledge or awareness to learn about worldly things and forms. But he remains oblivious of awareness because it is unworldly. In due course of time, the forms grow old, and some of them even die or disappear. So as he lives his life, his mind becomes conditioned by the thought that forms are born, are useless or useful, get older and decrease, become diseased or petrified, and are destroyed. Every human being knows that he is one of the forms or objects seen by his own eyes. He sees his body changing, increasing and decreasing, having ignorance and having knowledge of worldly things, having forgetfulness at one time or another, having the hope to live and also having to care or worry about his death. Death is known to him because his mind is the representative or functioning activity of the knowledge of birth, the appearance of a form, and the knowledge of death, the disappearance or elimination of form. But that which is not seen, not heard, not touched, not smelled, not tasted, that which is subtler than the subtlest awareness, which is formless, so it is called pure awareness, remains hidden from the functioning ability of the mind of man. Here I want to lead the attention of a human being to examine his own attention, or to examine that which is awareness or knowingness. Where it is, what is it, how is it, what its nature is, and since it is abstract, why it is. As he has known all the manifest forms of worldly things, including bodies and his own body, he with his ability can also know awareness. If that ability is enhanced, expanded, purified, and not mixed with all the things that are born and are appearing, changing, and dying. When he succeeds in developing the state of purified awareness exclusively, free from the scenes mixed with objective forms, he will come to know that which knows the forms and also knows the formless. When he removes the forms and the formless from his attention, whatever remains as knowingness pure is pure awareness, the essence, source, or all-permeating reality of time and space and of all the things and forms that human eyes perceive. That which human eyes do not perceive and the human mind does not conceive of, yet remains held as awareness in a human being. One has not to try to know it. Rather, he is pure awareness, and pure awareness is the source of the world. It is pure when it is not seen and not involved in manifestation, and it is the awareness found to be in the mind, which knows manifest forms and remains involved with them. So the nature of pure awareness is the whole of it all. As for a human being, even when he has not realized the truth of it, he knows without any information that he exists, and he says, I am. He also says, I am all the forms in my body, including each hair on my head. Thus he can also know, when I am asleep, I am without the knowledge of the different numerous forms, so I am pure. I am also manifest as an appearance, I am manifest as disappearance, or as formlessness, and I am unmanifest before any appearance or birth. When his heart is exclusively free, unbound and detached from his imaginary mental awareness and all the things imagined by it, then at heart he knows, I alone am pure awareness. Amaram Ham, Madhuram Ham.